Hello there. There's nobody watching. This is an impromptu live stream. There's nobody tuning in yet. I just surprised, just dropped this on the internet. I just felt like doing a live stream. But I'll save it it'll be saved on my channel, so you'll be able to watch it later. We'll see if anybody shows up. Oh, Brian Walsh, hi. This is just spur of the moment. Maybe I miss going live on live streams because I haven't done one since I went to the straight pool tournament, but I'm playing 10 ball as a practice routine. I'm mixing in 10 ball. And I just got this idea, so I thought I'd try it. You look at the left side of the screen, there's a table there. That's a screen capture from a match between Max Lechner and Alex Kazakis. If you look it up on YouTube, it's the 2024 Predator World Championship 10 ball. This is the very first rack of their match. And so I just threw this up just as a spur of the moment thing. This is an experiment to see if this is worth doing more of in the future. That's all this is. So if you look at the left, I've watched this rack. This is the very first rack. Alex Kazakis broke and ran out. Okay, fine. So what I did is I went to my table, and you can see I've got my ICAT system running. So I placed the balls as close as I could to where it looked like they are. The table's a little distorted because I wanted to make it fit on my screen, but put the balls as close as I could tell to where they are for Alex, and I marked them so I can set them back up real easily in the exact same spot. Now, Alex, this is the first rack of the match. Alex Kazakis broke and ran out. So, can I run out on my first try? I'm doing this on a live stream because then I can't cheat and edit it and say, oh, look, I did it on my first try, and when I practiced it 10 times. So can I run out? We'll see. So I'm going to turn off the selfie camera, and I'll leave the other one on for a second, and then I'll turn it off before I try to run out. So this is just an experiment. You guys leave comments. Let me know what you think. Let's see. Oh, there's some people here. Hey, Reese. Say, Nate, you're practicing. Just got done myself. Back was killing me. Yeah, I'm keep paying attention to my shoulder. I get twinges, but I think it's okay. We're watching it closely, though. Okay, so let me go over, and I'm using my wireless mic, so hopefully the sound sounds okay. Let me know if it sounds all right. It's not as good as my regular mic, but it's better than the overhead, I think. So we'll try this. So this is just one rack, so hopefully this will only take a few minutes, but we'll see. So I watched this rack already, and Alex actually got into a little trouble, and I think he played one ball a little bit non-optimally, but let's talk about this for a sec. This is not an exceptionally difficult 10-ball layout. So first of all the balls are wide open. Balls have multiple pockets. The 5-ball has 4 pockets. The 9-ball has 3 pockets. I mean, it's not that tough of a layout. Just a little bit tricky, but let's see if I can do it. The first shot is the trickiest because we need to get on the 2. Obviously, we're going to want to play the 2-ball in this side pocket. What's easy about this run out is the 4-ball's right here. So if I can kind of get on this 2-ball any which way, somewhere down here, I'm going to be able to get on the 4. From there, it's not too difficult. The most difficult part of this run after that is the 9-ball. You pretty much want to play the 9 in this pocket because it doesn't go past the 10 here. What that means is you're playing position from the 7 to the 9. Now, so Alex plays this well. He goes around the 6-ball to come over here. So when you shoot that shot, you're thinking about this line. Your pool tables, it's 2 mirrored halves, right? And the 2-ball's over here. So when you're shooting this ball to come out of the corner, you're thinking about speed to this side of the table, past the line. So as long as you come past that, and as a matter of fact, if the cue ball comes all the way to the rail, you're looking at how far does it have to travel before I get hooked behind the 9. And so that's over here. So you've got a lot of distance here to get on the 2-ball, right? Obviously, optimal would be right in the middle of that zone. But I'm just saying, if you can get around the 6, you've got a lot of space to land here and just be fine. After that, it's pretty much just execution because you're going to shoot the 4. You're either going to hold the cue ball here, which is what Alex does, or if you get more angle, you can come across table. And you don't want to, I like coming here better because then you can either go to the head rail around the 6, the head rail straight down, or you can draw to the side rail and out, which is what Alex does. If you come over here, you always have the danger of scratching or landing on the rail, which you don't want. Plus, you're almost destined to have this angle. Now you got to either draw the ball to the rail and over to get on the 6, or go to the head rail and down. So it's a lot more travel and more things can go wrong than if you have this shot. So not a terribly difficult rack. And then the last thing is the 7. We're inclined to want to shoot this 7 in the side pocket. That's natural. Everybody wants to do that. But look where the 9 is. In order to get from the 7 to the 9, you got to kind of land pretty perfect. Now, if the 6 ball was here, hey, that's ideal because you can do it. We cover that kind of stuff in straight pool all the time. But with the 6 ball over here, you're either going to have a cut shot or bounce the cue ball off the rail to come over here. You could end up with too much angle. Now how are you going to get on the 9? Or you can end up with not enough. And in fact, Alex plays the 7 in the side, and he ends up just barely not enough. So then he has to play the cue ball tight in the corner 2 rails, which always brings you above the side rail here. Then he's got a shot on the 9. And if you watch the match, Alex does something fantastic. He looks at this shot, makes a decision, and he gets down on the ball, and then he gets back up. Because what he initially wanted to do was draw the cue ball to the rail, and then you have a little bit of outside spin. It's going to have natural, it's going to pick up left spin anyway, just contact and do spin. And then the cue ball just bounce off the rail here, and you have an easy shot on the 10. But he had a little bit too much angle. It could still be done, but it's more of a finesse shot. He was actually down on the ball, got back up and reset, and then he did the same shot, but with more force to go to the rail and back over here. Excellent decision, because now you're not playing a finesse shot. You're making sure that you're going to get a good angle. Because if you hit this little finesse shot and you don't hit it right, you end up with the cue ball 2 inches off the rail, and you're back cutting the 10 to win the game. You don't want to do that. So he ended up with the cue ball over here for the 10. Excellent decision. Also, that's a good decision because the 10 ball's on this side of the table. So you have more real estate over here to play position on. You have a smaller zone here. So it was a great decision. Now, so that's what Alex did. And if you go watch the match, you can see that. What's going to happen when I try to do it first time? Frankly, I'm nervous about getting around the 6 because if you're nervous about it, you can end up hitting the 6. And now, even if you see the 2 ball, you don't have a shot. You can also try to go around it too much, and you go around it, go to this rail, and then you come off this rail and hit the back of the 6. And then again, you're stuck here without much of a shot. So you've really got to be able to play this. I mean, it's not terribly difficult, but here you are in the first game of a tournament against another top pro. You kind of want to get out here. You don't want to mess this up and have to play safe. Okay, so now I'm going to try it. Let's see if I can run out. Okay. I got to get out of talking mode into playing mode. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, and I'm hampered with my foot against here. So I've got to make a decision if I'm going to lean against the table and make a bridge, or if I'm going to keep my feet back here and make my stance back there. I'm going to do the latter, I think. Okay. And I hit it too hard. So there's failure number 1. No, I hit it way too hard. That's luck. I did not want to be here. Way too hard. But I have a shot. Now that's going to happen in a tournament. You don't want to let your opponent know that you just made a mistake. Just act like that's what you wanted, even though it's not. So from here, I'm too close to the rail to try and draw the cue ball and hold it. I just want to make the ball. So I'm going over here to look because the cue ball is probably going to come past, here's straight into the 4. Cue ball is probably going to come past that, which means I'm going to be going to the bottom rail, side rail, and up here, or closer like this. I don't know which. But you got to give yourself a chance. You don't sacrifice the ball to get position. So I'm not certain exactly what angle I'm going to have, but I have to be certain that I make the ball. And I missed it. Okay, so that's one failure. All right, Remember, Alex didn't fail. He ran out from the break first time. And it wasn't perfect, but he got out. Okay, I hit that too hard. But I got around the 6 nicely. So I didn't hit that too hard. And I got around the 6. Very good. Now I'm on the rail, but I don't care because obviously from here it's a tapper. That's not going to hamper the ball pocketing or the position. So before you shoot the 2, you go look, because you don't want to end up straight in here. I think what I want is a shallow angle. I could play for this angle, but then you're bouncing across table. So I don't want straight in, but I do want a shallow angle so I can hold the cue ball right here past the 7. And I believe that's what Alex did as well. That's a pretty good angle, I think. I'm not hampered by the 7. So before you shoot the 4, you go look. Because the last thing you want to do is pocket the 4, pinch the cue ball nicely, and end up right here behind the 7. So that's a negative thought. So you don't want to be thinking about the negative. You got to turn it into a positive. So what I'm saying to myself now is, if the cue ball goes directly to the rail and then comes back, then I'm on this line and I can't get behind the 7. So that's what I want to do. So you phrase it in a positive fashion. Kind of like that. Now, and when you're shooting a shot like this, there's no reason to try and draw the cue ball all the way up here. The closer you get, the bigger impact the wrong angle is. If you stay back here, you got lots of latitude. So from here, the decision is to go to the head rail or not. This is pretty much the angle that Alex had. He had not a real shallow angle, and he drew it to the side rail and out. And I think I want to do that too. Again, I'm cutting a ball to the right. Contact-induced spin is going to put left on the cue ball. So that's going to help the cue ball come back off the rail. And I don't want to be straight in. I want to be over here for the 6 so I can bounce off the rail to get on the 7. Now, when Alex shot this, he had a very, trying to remember what he had. I think he had a very shallow angle on the 6. And I was saying he bounced the cue ball a long distance, and that's why he got the wrong angle. I think Alex should have bounced the cue ball a short distance. Because if he can get this parallel line, then he can shoot the 7 in the corner, and the cue ball naturally goes over here for the 9. I think that was a mistake on his part to try and play for the 7 in the side. But depends where the cue ball ends up. So let's see if I can. Do I want to draw this? Yes, I do. Okay. And there's a miss. Boy, I hate that miss. That was awful. Well, I'm going to do more of this for myself. Oh, where's my thing? My ball marks didn't come back up. Why is that? Oh, there they are. Okay, no problem. So I think I jumped up on that shot. I was going to say, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm playing a 10-ball tournament, and I've hardly played any rotation in 4 years, so I got to get back into it. So. Same thing, I overcut it. And the cue ball is horrible. So we're going to start over from the beginning, but I'm going to close, because I want to do one complete from the beginning, but boy, I'm really disappointed in myself. This doesn't come up that much in straight pool. That's why you got to play both. Oh, no way. Well, now I need to come up with a practice session on these shots, because obviously they need work. Come on, center pocket. That's what we want. That's the shot. Okay. Now with this angle, with this angle, I'm not going to try and shoot the 7 in that corner. I do want to play for the side because I'm going to go 2 rails, hit this rail and come off just a little bit. Again, the cue ball's away from the 7. I'm not playing position here. I'm playing position away from it so that that gives me more variance. So straight in is here, right? So I need to hit the rail above this point. And that's almost straight across from the 6. So that's how you map those shots out. So hit the rail and off, staying a distance away. Now I have a very slight angle, and my cue ball's naturally going this way. So it's trickier than you think to play these side pockets. You really want to avoid it if you can, late in the rack, unless you have, So now, I don't want to hit the rail, because you can draw to the rail and end up like right here. So this comes up in straight pool. You just want to keep the cue ball open table and draw back. Don't hit the rail. I probably have to get pretty shallow, because if I get this angle, I can't go around the 10. And so, of course, this angle would be even better. So I'm really picking a target here. This is not what Alex shot. Okay, so that's bad, because like I just got done saying I don't want this angle because I don't have a lot of room to go around the 10. Looks like I can get to the bottom rail without scratching, but you do not want to have to shoot this. Now that's the way to play the cue ball, is out of the corner. Same way that I talked about with Alex. Don't try to play to the short side on shots like that. So I have a real easy shot on the 10. Now I want to set up just the last 3. This is how you practice too. Don't just, you got to, when you make mistakes or things don't go right, set it back up and do it again 5 times. Figure it out, learn it. So let's do this again. I kind of stunned the cue ball and got close to the 9 where I'm trying to draw it back here. Because back here, even with this angle, I can do the same thing Alex did. I can draw to the rail and out. There's another shot here, but I don't like it. There we go. See, now I'm making sure I'm on the right side of the ball. Now, even though I have a lot of angle, I prefer this to the shot that I just shot on the 9. Well, maybe I shouldn't prefer it. Yeah, you'd rather be straight in so you can cinch the ball and not roll it softly. Yeah. So now I'm asking myself, I got mediocre position twice on the 9 ball. Maybe Alex's was better, because Alex had a shot like this. It was really shallow. But as long as you get tight in the corner, you end up with that angle that I talked about. Yeah, he did better than that. His came back on this one, and he ended up here. But with the angle I got, which is like this. Now, as a straight pool player, I'm okay with this. I don't think you ever see a 10-ball player shoot this. And that's not what I wanted. And that's why you don't see a 10-ball player shoot that. Let me cue that a little bit better. that's okay. So I'm playing for the corner, but you can play tighter and play for the side. But that's really, like I said, that's kind of a straight pool move. I don't think you see 10-ball players doing that very much. But, I mean, it's a high percentage. I think it's a high percentage. You've got 2 pockets for the 9. Okay, I want to get one from the break. But I just want to try this again. Because I played for this angle, talking up its virtues, and it hasn't worked out great. So I don't know how great it is. There we go. That's the way you're supposed to hit it. With a draw, not a stun, a draw back here, because then you're going to get a shallow angle on the 9. Now with this angle, I can just play the cue ball here. Obviously, it's all about the cue ball. Every game, it's all about the cue ball. Let's set it up. I got to get one from the break. I got to get one from Alex's break, that is. Because this isn't that tough. Let's see, the 8-ball wasn't there. 10, 9, 4, 7. I need the 2. Where's the 2-ball? I'll look at the chat in a sec before I sign off, but let me run this out. Okay, no talking this time. Let's just run out. Okay, a little hard. Am I going to get hooked? Yep. Okay. For some reason, I don't know the speed on my own table. This is a huge window to play for. I'm hitting it too hard. Oh, the camera view is jerky. Why is that? I just noticed that. Is anybody complaining about the camera? Yeah. Why in the world is the camera so jerky? I forgot to turn these off. I'm glad you can still see. Otherwise, people would be really making noise. But let's turn those off so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, the camera is freezing. I don't know why that is, because I used this camera before and did not have this issue. Yeah, it's still jerking. Let's see. I could plug in my other. All right, we're just going to live with it. It's something I got to fix. I do not know why that is happening. I use this camera for a 3-hour live stream. Oh wait, let me go. No, that's not it. This is why this is an experiment. We're gonna make things work right. But for some reason, with the YouTube window open elsewhere on my computer, I get the camera stopping and starting like that. I do not know why that is. If anybody's a tech person and knows why that is, if I go in and close YouTube, that'll stop. The camera will run smoothly. But I need YouTube open so I can read the chat and see what's happening. So I'm sorry about that. I could also try unplugging that camera and plugging in my old one, but I don't want to mess with that. So I apologize for the camera that's stalling. I'm going to work on it and get it fixed. But like I said, that's why this is an experiment. Okay, come on, stop fooling around. That's soft but okay. 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 And it's the same angle. Okay, much better. Too straight. Okay, so now I've got a decision because I'm too straight. I think I have enough angle to come. Now again, yeah, I still got to play the. I mean, I can draw to the short side. That's terrible because my cue ball is on the wrong side of the 9-ball. Or I can go forward, which is fine if you land right on the 7. But like I said, if you don't get the right angle on the 7, you got work to do. And I missed. Look at my angle on the 7. Yeah, no good. No good. I don't even have enough angle to come 2 out of the corner. If I had made the 6, I would be here and I'd have to do this. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Well, this is why we practice. This is why you repeat shots. That's the shot. Okay. Let's see. 3 and the 8 we don't need. Pick these back up. Let's see. Okay, so I missed the 6. This is great because I've been practicing, off camera by myself. And when you do it on a live stream, there's that little bit of pressure. I've talked about that before. And that's what's making me not stick 100% to my process. So let me try one more. Okay. That's all right. I'm going to get behind the 9. Okay, now I can't use the rail. So I want to make sure I don't get straight in. All right. Good. Good. A little more angle. It's tempting to go to the head rail, but I still like the draw shot. Okay. Now, do I want to play the side or play the corner? Because I could try to put the cue ball back right where it is now. So same thing. If you get good on it, it's ideal. But if the cue ball stops here or comes over here, then it's not so ideal. So I think whatever you choose, you just have to commit to it. Yeah, and that's terrible. Let's see if I can get out. That's awful, but it's going to happen. Come on, baby. I hit you pretty good. No, I hit a little too soft. But that's a darn good recovery shot. A lot of left English to shorten it out of that corner. All right, I got out, but that 6 to the 7 is the hard one. That's the hard part. Honestly, like I said, getting the right angle on a ball that's sitting out in front of the side pocket, it's deceptively difficult. It's really something you don't want to do. Like you know, people who play a lot of 8-ball, they know you've got to get those balls out of there early, unless if you have like I said, an excellent key ball to get the perfect angle. So that was kind of that. My 7-ball was a bigger recovery shot than the one that Alex plays during the match. I got there, but it is my practice table. I'm not in front of I'm not playing a pro in a tournament. You know what I'm saying? Too hard again. Interesting how my own table and I'm playing that shot too hard. And this cloth is slower than most tournament tables. What I'm learning, though, I've gotten around the 6 every time. So that's not as difficult as I originally perceived it to be. The harder part is getting this speed correct. Because I've stopped here and I've stopped here. So we need better speed control than that. Okay, now that's got to be a high ball angle. No, I can still draw it. I can still draw it. What is best, though, in a tournament? See, I can go forward with the cue ball, but the cue ball is going to be on a line into the 6, and you want to come around it. So now you got to put a little bit of spin on it, or not quite top center. It's deceptive. I like the draw shot better. You can control the cue ball better, I think. Notice I don't have to hit it that hard. It's just got to stroke it smooth. So now this is ideal. I've got the same situation. Do I still want to play the 7 in the side? I think you have to. I think you have to. I'll do one in the corner, but I think you have to play the side. Because again, I have the exact same thing right here. I'm just hitting between here. Right? Now I have a little more angle than last time. So this is a little more deceptive. Can I pull it like this? Because I have more angle. Yeah, this is touchy. I think that's the best shot. All right. So I'm still not satisfied at getting from the 6 to the 7. That's something I think I want to set up and do some more. And really find something optimal. So you can see, I mean, it's interesting because this is not that difficult of a 10-ball run out, right? We've all seen much tougher runouts that these top players get out on. This is not that tough. So I like this. I saved this in my iCats, Illuminated Cueing Arts, so I can bring it up. So I think I'll leave it alone for now and then bring it up tomorrow or a day after and do it again. And even a layout that isn't necessarily all that difficult, you can see how careful you got to be, how precise you got to be. You got to get on the right side of the ball. You got to take the time to plan. Even the easiest run out takes work, and you've got to put in the work. But I did run out twice. Neither of them were perfect because of the 7-ball. I'm telling you, those balls hanging out in front of the side pocket, they are not as useful as you think they are. Oh, let's see. I wanted to do this. Let's do this real quick, and then I'll sign off. Yeah. 10, 9, 6. I want the 6. All right. How about this? Does this have any merit? 7-ball, right? We want to get close to a parallel angle, so kind of bring the cue ball right back to where it is. Does this have merit, or am I going to, is it harder to get position on this than what I tried? The only reason to do this is then you have natural position to the 9. Okay, as expected, I'm inside of the parallel line. So now I've got an inside shot. So now I've got to cut a ball backwards, hitting it softly to try and hold the cue ball. Not ideal. But is it harder than what I had before? So I missed it. Now, position is much easier. I'm always going to have a real good shot on the 9. But you got to ask yourself, I mean, if you get good position, then it's a no-brainer, right? But if you get bad position, is this easier or harder than this? I don't know. Because I put the cue ball here, that shot in the side isn't the simplest shot either. But I shoot a lot of those in straight pool, so I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. No, same thing. And that's terrible cue ball. So, unless if you're more well practiced on these back cuts, but that's why we do it, because it's going to happen. If you don't leave it for yourself, your opponent's going to leave it for you. Yeah, I'm not delivering straight. I'm not trusting my setup, and I'm kind of swooping my cue at it. If I just trust my aim, it'll go to the center of the pocket. But that's, I mean, like I said, you don't want to back cut a ball hitting it softly. It's one of the tougher shots in pool. There. Still didn't hit it all that great. I'm wondering though if we want to have more confidence in our ability. I want to get the cue ball right back where it is now. See, that's a lot better. See, now I'm parallel. Now I've got the pocket in full sight as I'm shooting, and I don't have to finesse it. I can pop it into that pocket. That's what you want. See, that's the optimal shot. I think that's the optimal shot. But you got to get the cue ball there. What if the cue ball comes too far and you're too straight to slide the cue ball over? In that case, you probably got to follow down to the bottom rail, shoot the 9 in this side, which is fine. So, that's a real good lesson. Which is better, play the 7 in the side or the corner? I'm not going to say one's better than the other. It might be dependent on the player. Which shot are you more comfortable with if you get the wrong angle? You've got to think about it. Now that I think about it, I think that what Alex did could be best. Because he was on, I think he was trying to hold the cue ball here, but he ended up here. But the thing is, this is natural. It's so easy. And you don't scratch. And now you've got enough. Now I hit that too soft. You want to come off the rail to here. I got the perfect angle to do either thing that I want with the 10, and I don't have to flirt with this corner. So maybe Alex's route was best after all. I don't know. All right, that's enough. Does anybody have any questions? Need to ban this guy? Yeah. My channel hasn't been big enough to worry about banning people. I'll look at the chat and see what I think. Maybe I need to get a moderator full time or something like that. But so that's another aspect of this live stream that's an experiment. So I need to figure out the camera. Other than that, though, if the camera's running smoothly and everyone's being nice, you guys like this? Because I can do this a lot, and it's good for my game. I'll pick racks randomly that the pros play, set them up on my table, and see if I can run them out in the first time. Experiment and see what the problems are. Yola McSwagan says, yeah, it's great. That's all I need. We'll do it some more. Probably, maybe Friday. Maybe should I do a series? The Daily 10 Ball? Something like that. I don't know. Leave comments and let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm signing off right now. This was just a test anyway, so thank you for watching. Reese says he likes it too. That's enough. We'll do some more. But don't worry. The only reason I'm playing 10 ball is to improve my straight pool game. Straight pool is the focus of this channel, but they dovetail. The position play, there's lots of things that one reinforces the other. You got to play both. All right, I'm signing off. See you later.